Friday.
Yins, guys. Thank you for listening to the Buctober podcast, where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh. Today is April 10th. After dropping a series to the Padres, the Bucs go to the Windy City for a 3-game set before returning home. Let's talk about it.
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
Happy Friday, guys. You made it to the end of the week. It's always good. Good morning to everybody listening to this in the morning.
Yeah, it is a good morning there, little man.
Good afternoon and evening to everybody else. Since we last talked, 2 things have happened. We'll start with the least important of those things. Nike released the Pirate City Connect 2.0 refresh jerseys. I'm not going to talk about jerseys on a short show like this, right? Let's just say a little bit, because these are not City Connect jerseys. They barely connect with the city. There is something about the arches on the Clemente Bridge, which I like. But the ones released this time around are mixed bag. Atlanta basically released TBS jerseys, really. Baltimore did a pretty good job with theirs. I like the Reds. The all red, I think, is really cool. I think it looks awesome. They're the Reds after all, right? Royals wins them out on. Brewers, it's a State Connect jersey, I guess. The Padres ones are cool with the Day of the Dead logo on the side. Texas, I'm a mixed bag on. But Nike decided to go with the pirate theme this time around for the Pirates. And I'm a big pirate history guy. I love watching and reading about Blackbeard and Black Bart and Black Sam. Yeah, Black. Calico Jack, Rackham. All of it, right? I love that golden age of piracy timeline and reading about it. It's very interesting to me, all the weird things that happened back then that are just not even possible to happen today because of just everything that's wrapped around it. Anyway, using that as inspiration for this design was going to win me over alone, just based on that alone. I've long been a non-fan of red accents for the Pirates, so I think there's a little too much red in the Jolly Roger logos, but I'm willing to look past that because the whole thing is awesome. I like the shade of gold. It reminds me of what we think about the Clemente era and so on with that. A lot of people just describe it as mustard, right? Which is maybe why I don't like the red as much with it. It's just ketchup and mustard. But again, it's fine. It's not a full red jersey or a full red hat. Those would just be terrible, in my opinion. There's enough red teams in baseball. We don't need to be one of them. Now, I mentioned Blackbeard and Black Bart. Listen, a big fan of all black all the time. The black on black is fantastic. I know some people don't like the black pants, but I'll never understand why. I think they're amazing. I feel like in night games, O'Neal Cruz is actually going to look scary in these uniforms. A goal of many Pirates was to strike fear into sailors and those they came across, so much so that they would surrender without even fighting, which was important to the Pirates. You don't have to lose anyone on your crew, and obviously there's risk involved with any fight. These jerseys are doing that for me, man. They really are. I'm thinking about Braxton Ashcraft may end up filling these out and looking very intimidating in them. I don't know why he's standing out to me, but I think they look fantastic. And because of my interest in the golden age of piracy, I've long awaited the Pirates to lean in that direction. So I'll say thanks to Nike. I'll say thanks. This one has very little to do with the city, but as an alternate uniform, it just might be my favorite ever. All right, moving on. Our guy, Konnor Griffin and the Pirates finalized a 9-year deal worth $140 million. it was rumored to be in the works, and it's now done. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. We're not going to talk about the numbers and the extra 10 million that could be there and why. And I haven't even seen half the information on this. There was a signing bonus. There's all these things that I think will come out eventually, and we'll see all the ins and outs of that stuff. But ultimately, the numbers got where they got, and we got our guy. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the comment by Skeens, because I think that the clickbaiters have been loving this. And I guess I'll just say, like, what do you want him to say? I'm the face of the franchise? No, that's not something you say about yourself. That's something that other people say about you. Skeens is under control through 2029. Griffin's now under control for 5 more years after that through 2024. That's obvious enough. Anytime you sign a 9-year deal, I think you're expected to be the face of the franchise. For 9 years, like, they're committed longer to you than anyone else. That makes you the face of the franchise. If you're unfamiliar, Skeens said that that Konnor Griffin is or will be the face of the franchise. And many question, well, why isn't that you? Well, these are the reasons. And I just think that that's silly if he would say, like, anything. I mean, you don't have to say that, but I think anytime you sign 9 years, I think anytime that you become the highest paid player in franchise history, anytime something like that happens, then the words that come out of your mouth are face of the franchise. That's just how it works. One thing's for sure. All of what you're seeing this team do right now, the offense that puts out there, the lineup that's out there. Listen, guys, I will at least say there's 12. There's 11 or 12 guys that can be in the starting lineup on any day, and I'll be like, nice. That's a good lineup. And really, most days, I mean, we haven't seen Billy Cook in a starting lineup yet. So if you put Triolo in there, which, he's going to miss some time, and then Joey Bart's the other one that people have questions on. There's other people who don't. So we'll leave it there. This team puts out a good lineup just about every night, despite what you might read on Twitter. All of that is because of Paul Skeens. Because when you have him for the next 4 years, when you have the best pitcher in the game on your team, you try to win. And that's what we're seeing this team do right now. That's because of Paul Skeens. So no, I mean, I think Paul made this comment and now they're going to trade him. That's not how it works. I mean, you could even say that Paul Skeens being here is driving the commitment to Konnor Griffin. Maybe even if for nothing else, that they realized that they missed on an extension for Skeens, because now it would be too expensive. All the takes on the comment, they just don't even make sense to begin with. It's not like he has any control over it. He can't just quit and sign somewhere else, at least not in a way that he would ever attempt to do. Let's just stop with that. Skeens and Griffin get to be here now for 3 to 4 years together. I'll say 3 to 4 because I understand that there is a reality that exists where in 3 years, the Pirates could make a decision to trade Paul Skeens with a year left. That decision is definitely on the table. You don't know what the arbitration process looks like. You don't know until we get the new CBA. Have no idea. So it's fair to say that somewhere down the line, there may have to be a decision made that they can pay him $40 million or they can move him with the comfort of knowing that they have Chandler, Ashcraft, Barco, Harrington, Dotel, Antoine Kelly, Seth Hernandez by that time. Like, there's a lot of names that could be on this team that makes them say, like, yeah, you know what? We can absorb this kind of a move. And I mean, they've turned Johan Oviedo, who pitched 40 innings last year and looks like he's going to spend some serious time on the injured list again this year already. They turn that into Justinson Garcia, who also will be a part of these teams in the coming years. So, just saying, a lot of this stuff happened because Paul Skeens is here. They're not going to just ship him out because they committed 9 years to Konnor Griffin. That's silly. It's a silly thing to even say. As for the Konnor Griffin stuff, I mean, I don't know what's left to say. We've been talking so much about this kid on this show, on other shows, on all the time. It's just, this thing is so crazy for a lot of us to think about. And it's been really exciting, but there's not much left to say. Let's see the kid go out there and do his thing. Yes, he got the start off on Wednesday. He ended up getting in the game and playing a little bit. But could you imagine he's 19, he doesn't need a day off. Let's just think about also the impact of all that has happened in the last 5 days leading up to that. There's a debut. There's this moment that was probably more than he could have imagined. The volume of that stadium, the way that stadium was quiet before every pitch was unbelievable. A lot. And then he just proceeded after that double to get no more hits until Tuesday night. Or was there one more in there? Either way, there was a streak. And there was pressure. And there was a lot of things that were weighing. Not to mention, these conversations were probably ongoing throughout this in different times. It's different. You're dealing with a lot of different things. Empty stadium just a couple days after that in the cold. And then signing a contract for that. But just take yourself to 19 and imagine that you're already rich from a signing bonus and somebody's putting that much faith in you and really taking a huge risk on you to work out. $140 million at 19 years old. That's a lot. And you got to go through a press conference and do the whole song and dance and all that stuff in the morning. Like, yeah, let's let that kid settle in a little bit and have a day off. And knowing that he could still get into the game, but let's ease him into this one. I think it's pretty understandable for that. I think we can give Don Kelly a little leeway on there and maybe some kudos for handling that. He's not going to need days off all that much. He's 19. This was a good time to do it. This was a good time to give him a little bit of a slower morning. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Let's talk about the upcoming schedule for the Pirates. Bucs are heading to Chicago to play the Cubs, who are getting Seiya Suzuki back for this series. So we've seen that the Cubs are maybe not off to a hot start here. They've had some injuries on the pitching side. They obviously have had Seiya Suzuki out for I think he's been out all season so far. And so getting him back is big for the Cubs. Could be a big push to kind of drive the offense a little bit and do some things. I don't know that I think Shaw's been carrying a lot of right field, so maybe a little bit of that, moving him around and whatever. But the thing is, Pirates are going Majinski, Ashcraft, and Chandler in this one. The Cubs are sending their 3, 4, 5 as well. Pause on that. Shota Imanaga, Edward Cabrera, and Jamison Tyone, who are now basically their 1, 2, and 3 because of the injuries to Cade Horton and Matthew Boyd. Devastating loss, honestly, to lose Horton. He'll be out for the year. Hate to see that. Even though it's the Cubs, hate to see it. Justin Steele is on the 60-day IL. He won't be back till June. I'm not sure about the timeline on Boyd. I'm not sure that they've said, but I haven't seen it yet. The Cubs are in a little bit of trouble in this case. They're going to need Javier Assad and Colin Ray to really step up early in the season because this is everyone's favorite to win this division. And the Brewers are laughing at everybody again early in this season. We'll see how that continues. But as of right now, just kind of laughing at everyone. And the Cubs are at the bottom of this division. That won't last, right? They're a good team. They have a very good lineup. They'll bounce back. But I'm not sure how far with the pitching. It's going to have to take a big step up. Imanaga has done well against the Pirates. So we'll see how that goes. 3-game set. Headed back home for 7-game homestand. 10 straight days of Pittsburgh Pirates games. We like that. We like 10 straight days. Pirates are 7-5 right now, and they've been playing a heavy dose of teams with postseason aspirations. So it's a tough month of April to kick off the season. Let's hope they make them fly the L this weekend. Come hang out Sunday night for the live show. Live chat on YouTube is always really exciting. We love getting to hang out with you guys on there. I'm going to let Keely read this thing, but it's not every day. I need her to re-record this whole thing. We're going to play it anyway. Thanks again, guys. See you Sunday. YouTube, usually around 8:30. Keep an eye on all the things. Subscribe and click the notification so you know. Happy hoisting. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Subscribing to your platform of choice is the best way to be notified for new episodes. And now, new episodes every weekday. Remember, live shows with my dad and Uncle Jake are Sundays at 9 p.m. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and join them in the live chat every Sunday. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2 Buctober. Clear the deck, cannonball coming, and let's go Bucs.
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, wear a Hawaiian shirt.